Dear friends, in the previous videos I have explained the basic principle of a gas turbine and the ideal cycle on which the gas turbine works, that is Brayton cycle. Methods of improving the efficiency of the Brayton cycle, that is the intercooler, reheater, regeneration, and the problems on Brayton cycle. There is one more topic in this particular module called aircraft propulsion or jet propulsion. In this particular topic, you are going to study the working principle of a turbojet and a ramjet engine. This is a very important question which will be repetitively asked in most of the question papers. Actually, gas turbines are particularly suited for aircraft propulsion because they are light and compact and have high power to weight ratio. Aircraft gas turbines operate on an open cycle called jet propulsion cycle. One such jet propulsion cycle is a turbojet cycle, which is shown in figure. Working principle and the corresponding TS diagram are shown in figure. Here, air from the atmosphere enters the diffuser. Function of the diffuser is to reduce the velocity and increase the pressure. Here pressure is increased from P1 to P2. Partial rise in pressure will occur in a diffuser. Then that partially pressurized air passes through the compressor where it is compressed from 2 to 3, P2 to P3. That high pressure air from the compressor is passed to the burner section where the combustion takes place. In a burner section, the air is mixed with the fuel and it is burnt. But after the combustion, the high pressure air from the compressor, after combustion in the burner section, it will become high pressure, high temperature gas. That high pressure, high temperature gas is passed through the turbine where it is partially expanded, and turbine produces some work. The work produced in the turbine is used to drive the compressor. To run the compressor, some work is required or power is required. That power is developed by the turbine, and the power developed by the turbine is used to run some auxiliary equipment of the aircraft. Then that partially expanded turbine, it is expanded from 4 to 5 in the turbine. That partially expanded gas is passed through the nozzle. Function of the nozzle is to reduce the velocity and reduce the pressure and increase the velocity. You will study nozzle itself as one chapter in the 5th module. Okay, function of the nozzle is to increase the velocity and decrease the pressure. High pressure air from the turbine is expanded in the nozzle where that pressure is decreased and the velocity will be increased. High velocity jet of gas will escape out of the rear end of the aircraft. Now, the thrust during this process, thrust will be developed by the engine, turbojet engine. The thrust developed in a turbojet engine is the unbalanced force caused by the difference between momentum of the air entering the engine and the exhaust gas leaving the engine. That thrust developed by the turbojet engine depends on mass of the gas which is flowing through the turbojet engine and the velocity at the inlet and velocity at the outlet. That is explained in this equation. Thrust developed by the turbojet engine, F is equal to m into velocity at the exit and velocity at the inlet. Now, using this thrust, we can find the power developed from the thrust of the engine called propulsive power. That propulsive power depends on velocity of the aircraft, which is a product of thrust and velocity of the aircraft. This is the working working principle of a turbojet engine, there is one such simple aircraft engine called a ramjet engine. Ramjet is very simple when compared to turbojet because simple in this particular ramjet engine does not require any compressor or a turbine. Actually, here a sufficient pressure rise is obtained by decelerating the high speed incoming air in the diffuser by using a ram effort on being rammed against the barrier. That high pressure air which is entering is passed through the burners where it is mixed with the fuel and it is burnt. That high pressure high temperature gas will go out at the other end, the rear end of the engine through the jet of nozzles. So here also the thrust developed by can be calculated using the formula thrust is equal to mass into velocity of the air at exit minus velocity of the air at the inlet. Dear friends, these two turbojet and ramjet engine working principle is very important from examination point of view. Definitely these questions will be asked in repetitively in almost all the question papers. Whatever the theory, you must draw this sketch, the corresponding TS diagram, and explain the working principle what I explained in your own words. Okay, this completes module 2 gas turbines chapter. In the next video I will start the fifth module, that is air compressor. Thank you.